Hello, everybody. I'm Scott. I'm one of the co-founders of radFi. I've been in the blockchain cryptocurrency space for about 7 or 8 years now. And before that, I worked in traditional finance. When I got started in the blockchain space, it was around 2017, at the beginning of the ICO era. And I got a job at a project called ICON, ICX. It was known as the Korean Ethereum. And I was very excited to leave traditional finance and start my career in blockchain with that team. During my time at ICON, I helped them bootstrap their DeFi ecosystem, putting together all of the key DeFi primitives for their network. I worked on a AMM protocol like Uniswap. I worked on a stablecoin protocol like MakerDAO. I worked on an Aave style protocol and really enjoyed building DeFi protocols. After that experience, me and a few community members came together, started our own team, and that's the team that we have today that's now working on radFi. We got into the Bitcoin ecosystem in early 2024 when one of our team members learned about Bitcoin puppets. That is how we learned about ordinals. I became very excited about all the possibilities of building DeFi on Bitcoin and trying to become creative on how to create the DeFi experience that users in the blockchain space expect. So what is radFi? radFi is the best place to launch and trade Bitcoin tokens such as runes. One of our features is the instant swaps feature. Traditionally, if you were trading on Bitcoin, you would think to yourself, I need to wait 10 minutes for a confirmation by Bitcoin miners before the trade is final. But the reason you need to wait for a Bitcoin block is because you need to be certain that that transaction will be finalized. And if it's in a block, then you can have high confidence. But there's another way to achieve high confidence that we came up with. And that's our 2 of 2 multi-sig wallet structure. That creates high confidence. The first thing a user does before they can use radFi is they need to deposit into one of these 2 of 2 multi-sig wallets. The multi-sig is between the user and radFi. So it's 2 signatures. One is the user's signature and the other one is radFi's. What this does is it gives us confidence that if a transaction is broadcast, that it will be finalized eventually, maybe in the next block, maybe in the block after, but it will not be double spent and it will not be canceled. And we can be sure of that because of our signature. If a user tries to cancel a trade, we will not sign. If a user tries to double spend, we will not sign. So with that understanding, we can be confident that as soon as a transaction is broadcast, we can say with high confidence that it will be final. So that means that from a user standpoint, everything feels final at the time of signature, which gives the experience of other blockchain. When you sign on Solana, it's finalized nearly instantly. And we have a similar experience here on radFi, thanks to the trading wallet with the 2 of 2 multi-sig architecture. What are the benefits of minting on radFi? We get liquid markets, which means that as soon as the mint is complete, radFi will always offer a quote to either buy or sell the token. The way we do that is during the minting process, we auction off the tokens to users. So when we sell tokens to users, users give us BTC. And when the sale is complete, we take the BTC and pair it with 20% of the supply of the newly launched token. So in the traditional minting structure, users would send Bitcoin and spend it on transaction fees to miners. So the Bitcoin goes from the user to miners, transaction fees, and then users get the meme coin, but there's no liquidity. With us, we're selling the tokens directly to you. The BTC that you spend on buying tokens, it goes to radFi, and then radFi uses those proceeds to continue making markets for that token. So we get the benefits of the fair distribution, just like a traditional BRC20 or Runes mint, where it's open to everybody and everyone can see it happening transparently. And it's more of this like rate limited style auction. We get the fair distribution benefits with these time-based auctions with the liquidity benefits of pump fund style launch. We also offer community rewards. If you launch a token on radFi, the wallet that you use to launch the token, you get 1/3 of all the trading fees that we generate from trading that token. And then 1/3 goes to the community of what we call diamond hands. Diamond hands is users that mint the token. If they mint at least 1 million tokens and they hold the tokens, they don't transfer them, they don't sell them, they hold the tokens, then that pool of users receives 1/3 of all the trading fees as well. So if you launch a token, you get 1/3 of trading fees. If you mint a token and hold, you get your share of the other 1/3 of trading fees. And then in terms of the etching process, when somebody etches a token, what we actually do is we pre-mine the full supply, and then we sell the 80% of the supply during the auction process. We raise BTC with that, and then we use that BTC to make markets, liquidity on radFi. So one way to think about radFi is that we are just like any other user, but we're online 24/7, always offering a quote on tokens that launch on radFi. So the problem with trading tokens on Bitcoin in a decentralized way has always been that you need both users to be online at the same time. There was a idea created by Casey Rodermore, the creator of Runes, called light pools. The concept of light pools is having a network of users or nodes or whatever you want to call them, but a network of people online 24/7 that are always willing to offer a quote on a token. And that's what radFi is. We're always in the market making quotes for tokens. We're just like another user that's always online offering quotes on tokens. Now, lastly, I just want to talk about how radFi works under the hood. radFi is entirely on Bitcoin layer 1. In every single trade, we have encoded data into Bitcoin UTXOs that shows exactly what is taking place. So anybody from just running a Bitcoin node can know the entire expected state of radFi, what quotes they should expect, and they can tell if radFi as a market maker is being honest with our quotes. So this is an example trade. This is all encoded data. We have the pool ID, we have the amount of fees the user is paying, we have the token they're trading, the number of tokens, and the fact that it's a swap. So all of this information is publicly available. We're built entirely on Bitcoin layer 1, and we're trying to stay true to that as much as possible. Feel free to join our Discord. I'm always happy to answer questions there. I'll be doing Twitter spaces regularly. Happy to answer questions there. Please follow me on Twitter and follow radFi on Twitter to get the most up-to-date information. Thank you.